Hi, I'm Bill Hermann with the Bill and Jason Show, and the Bill and Jason Show is going on hiatus. In the meantime, over the next weeks, you're going to hear some of the best shows we've done and some of the most talked about. We're starting you today with the very first show. I'm talking the very first show, 10 years ago, April 2006, when we were honored to be a part of the inaugural Disc Jockey America Radio with Mark Farrell. DJA Radio, Bill and Jason Show, #1. Enjoy.
We eat bottom feeders for lunch.
Really? They're good, rolled in flour and fried with some Cajun spices?
DJA Radio, the talk of the DJ world.
Hello there, and welcome to the exciting world of hip. This is a new departure in language instruction for English-speaking people who want to talk to and be understood by jazz musicians, hipsters, beatniks, juvenile delinquents, and the criminal fringe.
Bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur. Nous allons, grâce à ce disque créé spécialement pour vous, essayer de tirer ensemble le maximum de qualité sonore de votre chaîne haute fidélité.
That's French for disc or jockey, which is more fun.
Sit back, relax, and close your eyes.
Howdy-ho, neighbors, and welcome to the Bill and Jason Show. I'm Bill Hermann, along with my multi-talented friend and colleague, Jason Jones. We're Mobile DJs. Hi, and we're broadcasting from America's heartland here in the upper Midwest. Our show's about DJs and the DJ world, but pretty much we just spend 20 minutes amusing each other, so it should be quite fun. Our topics today will include music or shtick. What's more important? How much money should a DJ spend if a DJ could spend money? Plus, strapless bras, are they a good idea? Now, I did not write this. What is this?
Oh, this is the latest and greatest posting that showed up on one of the chat boards. Yeah, great deals on backless, strapless bras. Order yours today.
This was a DJ's chat board?
Yeah, it was. It was. It really got me thinking about how I dress for the event.
And how is that?
Well, I was thinking maybe, saggy man boobs are out.
If they are, then I better quit.
It's time. Well, if it's time for them to be perky or pert or, maybe that's more appropriate.
Oh, I must increase my bust.
And, if, those little brackets are, I always thought if I just wore a sport jacket, I'd be covered.
Covered
or maybe
for what?
Maybe the idea is to offer them as a bonus to your brides. And if you book today, I have this beautiful backless, strapless bra. Would you like a free fitting?
Only been worn once.
Yeah, that would go over big with the grooms. I know it.
In fact, here, let me take it right off here. Here you go, honey.
Yeah, right.
Use mine.
Which bra are you wearing right now? Let's take a look.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, I could just see the bookings rolling in now.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to use that. That's going to be exclusively mine. Everybody hands off. I found something that makes me unique. Or a eunuch.
So what is this music or shtick thing? What did you find that got you thinking about this?
Well, there was actually also, while I was cruising the chat boards, I saw a posting. And one of the people that had posted had been out of the business for a while, just gotten back into it. And he was, when he used to do it, like 20 years ago, he was pretty much kind of a show up and play and just do a really good mix of music to motivate people. But he seemed like he wasn't able to get the excitement and the energy going just doing that. And so he was thinking, well, what do brides and clients want? Do they want lots of shtick where you get out and you're doing goofy things or this or that, or doing things to get people involved? Isn't music just enough, just the way it is? Kind of what's happening now? And it made me think of the question, well, what is more important? Is music or shtick more important if you were to look at it in approaching an event?
Well, I suppose it depends on the event that you have. And, of course, you need to know your audience. You need to know your client. You need to know what they're looking for. Of course, you can motivate an audience with music only. Mm-hmm. But shtick, I look at as tools. It's another tool to take the party to another place or another level or into a direction that I've decided to take it to because because I wanted to, or because the client decided they wanted to go in another direction.
But will music take it to another? Is it reversible too? Will music take it to another level?
I think it can.
Using shtick as the foundation of what you're doing, and music is taking it to the next level.
Well, the music.
Or is music is music the foundation, or do you not even think of it that way?
I honestly don't know if I think of it that way. Music and shtick are just two more tools that I can use at an event to take an event into a direction. I don't know if that's as good enough an answer or not.
Well, I guess, from my perspective, listening to you, I would disagree with you in the sense that I would say that planning out your playlist for the night or your music for the night, whether either set mood or motivate people to dance, that's the foundation. And the shtick, whether it be that being making an announcement in a certain way, or whether that mean actually doing an interactive activity or game, that takes it to the next level. Presuming that this is a type of an event is dance oriented, not just
a next level or another direction.
Yeah,
because shtick, I think you were pretty good with saying that shtick can be anything. Many people start to hear the word shtick and they figure that's a guy jumping up and down in the middle of the dance floor, doing something that says, "Look at me,
look at me."
But honestly, shtick can be as simple as "Hi, my name is Bill, and I'm your DJ,"
or as simple as wearing a backless, strapless bra.
Right, exactly,
on the front of your shirt with blinking lights. Which, by the way, there wasn't any deals on those.
You've obviously been to my show.
I just think that you've got to have your music thought out. Music can't be an afterthought when building the event and putting it together. Because to me, it's foremost important, and then I build on that rather than. And it seems like you're more you're the holistic DJ.
I am. I guess.
You could use that in your next consultation. How would you describe yourself, Bill?
I'm a holistic DJ.
Oh, wow. I've got a little bump on my neck. Can you heal that too?
Absolutely. Let me get my needles out. Wait, that's a record needle. Oh, jeez.
Withdraw slowly.
What?
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, the house will be on fire. You're listening to DJA Radio, the Bill and Jason Show.
Chat isn't dead.
It's just wounded.
Laying on the ground, bleeding, bruised, and crying. Disc Jockey America Radio. The talk of the DJ world.
His philosophy is different than mine.
So maybe I've got a different perspective.
Throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Stop being so apathetic about what is going on.
Oh, no, I think there's a point in discussing it.
You need a massage in the worst.
One day I'm just going to snap like a rubber band.
Sometimes it looks more intelligent on paper. Chat Rash.
You can tune in to see Bill James, or well, I suppose you can't see him, but you can listen to his show Thursdays. That's Chat Rash, controversy about the DJ chat boards. And then bringing it to your ears. It's a pretty cool show, and it's very lively. You're going to really enjoy it.
It's the only call-out podcast on the net.
Absolutely. They call you out for what you write online.
Yeah, it's pretty cool every Thursday.
So I was going through the web, and I found an article at a Kansas website for the Wichita Eagle. Suzanne Tobias wrote an article called "When Good Weddings Go Bad." I think we can all relate to that. It's an article about brides and grooms kind of looking back at their wedding days and talking about what they thought were their disasters, like, the flower girl being a brat and not doing what they're supposed to do, or pouring rain in an outdoor ceremony, the dress being too wrinkled, anything like that.
The dog eating the cake.
The dog eating the cake. Oh, that was my wedding. But anyway, one of the things that really caught my eye was Nicole and Chad talking about their New Year's Eve wedding last December. They were having a reception at the Wichita Country Club. People were dancing. There's food and there's beer and there's a DJ. Okay, they're having a great time, and they're playing the song "Burning Down the House" by the Talking Heads. Great song.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah, everybody's going on the dance floor. They're jumping up and down. They're having a great time, and then somebody smelled smoke.
Smoke.
Really, for real. But at first they just ignored it. because they thought that the DJ had a fog machine. And then they're going, hey, that's pretty cool, they thought, They're keeping the song going, and it fits with the tune. We got smoke on the dance floor, and the house is on fire. Yeah, baby. Well, then the people start saying, hey, I think the place maybe is really filling up with smoke, because they couldn't now see each other on the dance floor, and they're coughing. And sure enough, there was a fire that went off in the ventilation system.
That's remarkable that it would get to that extent before anybody would actually take any kind of action.
Right, exactly.
About evacuating the people.
Get this, all their guests go out of the hall, they gather on the lawn, and somebody, according to this, had the forethought to rescue the gifts and the keg.
Oh, nice.
So
the important things.
They're in the front of
DJ.
This hall, it's on fire, but they have a keg and they're still having a party. Doesn't say anything in here whether or not they got the DJ out, or if the DJ got out.
Well, and what they left out of the story, at least I'm not hearing it, is like, how did the DJ handle the situation?
Exactly.
I mean, that's a situation where you've really got to take some decisive action if you're kind of hosting the event. Unless he was just up there, if they're thinking this room's filling up with smoke. Don't you think that they would have asked him, hey, could you turn down the fogger? Could you turn that off? I don't like that burnt insulation smell scent you're using.
And did they notice first, or did the DJ? I mean, you would think the DJ would start, sniffing on his equipment or around there, because he's not partying, he's working. So why wouldn't he have noticed it first? And then what do you do? I mean, what DJ, do you freak out? And run out yourself? You're grabbing your speakers and running out before anybody else, or are you trying to control everything? And then that comes down to it. Who is really in control? If there's an emergency, an event, who's in control? Who's in charge?
Well, that's easy. The photographer. Because, they're seeing everything.
Right.
It's their job to look.
Right.
So it's so clearly the photographer.
And they're
the eyes
have to get
of the
their
event.
stuff in the paper the next day.
Yeah, yeah, and sell the picture to the newspaper of everybody collapsing of smoke inhalation.
Do you take on that responsibility as the safety commissioner at an event?
Captain Safety. That's who I am.
Well, do you really?
Here to make a difference. Yes. I pull open my shirt and reveal the S on my chest.
And how far do you take it? Do you only deal with the safety issues if there's something like a fire or a tornado or a hurricane, or do you also take on the safety patrol if somebody drops a glass on the dance floor?
Oh no, all the way. I think it's my responsibility to be eyes and ears on everything happening in the event to make sure that it is a fun, safe event for everybody. And if I'm not paying attention to those kind of things, that's what they're paying me to do in part. I feel, because they want to feel free to not think or do anything but have a good time and not worry about it, and have that trust in me that I'm going to take care of them in that respect.
Well, and that's how you see it. Do you think that's how your clients see it?
I don't know. I'm not sure if that's exactly how they see it. I've never really broached the topic, and I don't really use it as a selling tool. Like, I will take care of you.
Right.
I'll be Papa Bear at the event. Don't worry. But like, for example, I had an event where it was in a hotel. We had one of those Lego dance floors that were snapped together, and it started pulling apart as people were dancing. And I noticed this Grand Canyon starting to form and this earthquake on the dance floor. and I stopped it and I said, all right, everybody, we've got a situation. The Grand Canyon is forming on the dance floor. You guys are being altogether too crazy. Settle down. And then we got the hotel people to come in there and put it back together and get it fixed. Which we were then able to make kind of funny, and we all kind of stood around and watched them work, and we're doing a little play-by-play of how they were putting it together, and don't try this at home, folks, and stuff like that. And everybody got a good laugh out of it. And it was just kind of took something that could have been like a real party killer into like, oh, something fun and unexpected happened. Okay, the party rages on. And it picked up, my dance floor never emptied, and it just went on again. But that would have been better than me looking and noticing, saying, ooh, that looks bad. I really hope somebody with a high heel doesn't stick their heel in that cavern and fall down and twist their ankle, which would really kill the party.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, I think that whole thing is really important. So if there was a fire, if there was a situation where you were smelling smoke, what would you have done to handle that?
Well, immediately, if there was a fire, my job, it's like when I was in radio. I mean, we were responsible for staying in the little trailer while the tornado bore down on us to
First
say,
and foremost.
and be calm on the microphone saying, be sure to hide under your house. Be very calm, but seek shelter immediately. Whereas, I'm sitting in a trailer.
And come to my memorial service.
Right, exactly. I because of that training, I'm the same way. An event happens at the dance floor, something like a fire happens, then it's let's stop things, let's calmly move out. I'm using my microphone to control everyone and put them where they got to be. But trust me when I tell you, as soon as everybody's moving, I'm grabbing my stuff too.
You mean you're not asking people to take some of your stuff with them?
Grab a speaker on the way out, would you?
You big guy, you're not leaving until you haul this speaker.
Right, grab my lights. What's wrong with you?
Go! You're listening to the Bill and Jason Show, and this is DJA Radio.
Choose what works for you. DJA works for you.
Want more business? Need more referrals? Do you need more direction in your life? Do kittens give you the willies? Erectile dysfunction a problem? Is your family bored with mealtime? Do you think I'm pretty? Is it time to grab your audience's attention? Are you interactive? Is your beer what you always dreamed it would be? Are your neighbors reading your mail? Don't you just hate ring around the collar? Are monkeys happier than us? Are you finding less satisfaction with your bowel movements? What's the square root of 314? Has Reader's Digest become unexciting? Is your idea of an exciting evening 3 nuns and a six-pack? Why are we here? Is the internet reading your mind? Are you wearing underwear? Is Captain Crunch your personal hero? Have birthday gifts lost their luster? What's your secret? Can I borrow your weed whacker? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Questions. We got 'em.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the show.
The mailbag.
Time we dig in the mailbag. Dear Bill and Jason.
Ooh, I love it when it starts like that.
Yeah, it's so heartwarming. Makes me feel special.
And correct.
I'm new to the DJ scene and have exactly $700 to spend.
$700. Wow, what a bankroll.
Me and my friends are serious about it, but don't know if we should get dual CD decks, which is easier because we can download music off the internet, but the system is kind of expensive. Or turntables, which is cheaper, but still need to keep spending money for records. Can you guide me through which is better in the long run, digital or vinyl?
Sounds about 6 of one, half dozen of the other when it comes to the money end of it.
Thank you. My name is Skippy.
Thank you, Skippy, for emailing us this wonderful question. First of all, it says that you and your friends are serious about DJing. Number one, stop that right away. There's nothing serious about this. It should be fun.
Nobody's going to like you if you're serious all the time.
I don't know if that's true, but
come on,
that's
people.
the way I look at it.
Dance. You're not having any fun if you're not dancing.
It's time to dance. Move forward and move your feet back and forth.
Let's help get it started. Put your left foot in. Take your left foot out.
Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, so they want to know if they should do CDs or vinyl, or are they talking about complete digital like computers?
It's really hard to tell, but I think that it's our responsibility, since Skippy wrote us the letter, to say maybe, having the dual CD deck might be handy for backup, but really in the day and age that we're in now, if you're not going digital as far as computerized, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage.
That's true.
So,
if you work in
increase
clubs,
your budget.
If you work in clubs, I can see working vinyl. They're still doing vinyl in clubs, but not all of the clubs. A lot of those clubs are moving now into digital. Scratchers and scratching technology that will even scratch the music from the PC.
And it's less dangerous because there's no needles.
That's true. Dirty needles are bad.
They are. Epidemic. I'm telling you. The other thing is too that concerns me is that I'm getting a sense that when you're saying that downloading the music off the internet won't cost you anything, but you'll have to buy music if you're buying vinyl. I hope that doesn't mean that you're downloading, like with LimeWire or these sharing services that are still out there, to just take whatever music that you want. without buying it, because that's kind of breaching into a whole nother big topic and issue that we deal with as professional mobile DJs.
Right.
But to keep everything on the up and up and keep yourself as a legitimate business, then you should be getting your tools legally. I mean, you don't go steal your speakers.
That's true.
So you shouldn't be stealing your music.
I completely agree, and it's going to be a lot easier, too, as you go on. If you get into the technology and you are paying for your music and your tools, technology is one of those things. If you don't stay on the cusp of it, if you aren't moving with it, then it will leave you behind. So when the rest of the world is into DJing with computers and you're doing vinyl, you might be able to sell that as a novelty, but you're really kind of being left behind, at least within the technology of it. So I guess my recommendation would be to go digital.
And being left behind is really lonely.
It really is.
You don't want to be that one left behind. And it sounds like that you're not already kind of like skilled at scratching, working with vinyl. That's not your base of operations. So if you're just kind of starting out, you're going to have a lot easier time putting on killer shows and with just going digital.
Completely.
So do we concur?
I concur. I don't often concur with you, but I'll concur on this one.
All right, we've concurred together. I love concurrences. That does it for the Bill and Jason Show this week.
Yes, it does.
Next week, we have speakers or cocktail tables. Are they one and the same?
And DJs, politics, and reality. Can they truly coexist?
How important is cocktail music?
I don't know.
Well, we'll find out if we know anything next week. The Bill and Jason Show, Fridays on DJA Radio.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sampled per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an entertainment experience production.